We have Pak Arif Perdana, PhD. Welcome, Pak Arif. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Bu Restia.
Is Assistant Professor, Singapore Institute of Technology. And the topic today is about revisiting accountant and auditors' roles in the digital economic innovation and competition. For Mr. For Pak Arif Perdana, because we have limitation of time, the time is yours, and we have 20 minutes for presentation. Please, Pak Arif.
Oke, terima kasih Bu Moderator. Bisa didengar suaranya dengan baik? Oke. Good morning everyone. So it's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to speak at this webinar. Terima kasih kepada rekan-rekan di Unpati yang sudah menyelenggarakan acara ini. Mudah-mudahan rekan-rekan masih tetap energik. Saya pembicara kedua dari yang terakhir. Jadi, so my talk today is about revisiting accountants and auditors' roles in the digital economy, innovation, and competition. So here I want to highlight in what ways that accountants and auditors should contribute to the digital economy. Pak Nanere, Pak Arnold, Pak Kodrat have explained the digital technologies in business and marketing. So now I'm focusing on technology advancement in accounting and auditing. So currently I have some projects with Singapore institutions, companies, and startups in the area of data analytics and fintech. Some of my industry collaborators are accounting firms and technology startups. So here I can share how technologies are being adopted, developed, and also deployed, and how relevant they are in accounting and auditing. So this is my agenda for today's talk, just 3 topics I would like to go through. Okay, so let me start by talking about technology in accounting, ACTech. It stands for accounting technology, how they evolve. Okay, so some people may think that accounting is a social discipline. I would say it's not. So accounting is an applied science because it uses mathematics and statistics to manage, evaluate, analyze, and also interpret information. If accounting is a purely social discipline, then it wouldn't be affected much by technology. So accounting has used technology since 100 years ago. So you can imagine, I could classify the technology timeline in accounting into automation 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and now we are facing intelligent automation 1.0 and also blockchain. So what is automation 1? So automation 1 here is about data storage and calculation. So this timeline occurred before 1980. So the first technology that affects the accounting profession is punch card machines. Okay, so kartu yang ada bolong-bolongannya. So which are used in 1907. So this machine is used for data storage. Over the next 45 years, accounting data then stored on a magnetic tape instead of punch cards. So it evolves, right? So, and now massive amount of data can be stored easily, whether in the cloud or in a server or in a hard drive. Next, automation 2.0, which occurred between 1980 to 1990. So automation 2.0 here is related to accounting software and enterprise resource planning. So during this time, the computer hardware for data storage and software operation then evolved quickly. Okay, so there was multiple software available to help accountants to complete their works, like spreadsheets. Then accounting software was launched, like Pitch3. And we were also witnessing the first generation of ERP software. And nowadays, there's a lot of ERP software, accounting software as well that we can use. And then automation 3.0. So this automation is about data capture and data exchange. So this occurred from 2000 to 2010. So within this period, the technology emerged. So this technology like data capture, for example, barcode scanner, and also data exchange enablers like extensible business reporting language. So it helped to ease data exchange and data automations for data capture. And then from 2010 to 2020, we are in the period of intelligent automation 1.0 and also blockchain. So here, technologies are rapidly changing. Blockchain, robotic process automation, machine learning, and artificial intelligence are among the technologies that are shaping the current and future accounting landscape. Okay, now let's look at here, intelligent automation. Okay, so intelligent automation here emerged due to the collaboration between traditional robotic process automation, or we call it RPA, analytics and intelligence, and also Internet of Things. So RPA here is not a physical robot as what it stands for, but a software agent or bot that can mimic human interaction with computer applications. So it gaining traction here in Asia, including in Singapore and Indonesia. Now it started as well. So traditional RPA is simply rules-based. When RPA is combined with analytics and intelligence supplied with a massive amount of data, so then the bots will be getting smarter over time because they can learn from the tasks that they have previously done, the data that they have, and the environment where they are working on. Okay, so what kind of task that this intelligent automation can do? So intelligent automation can sense, process, and act. So intelligent automation can easily identify and extract information from multiple types of documents using optical character recognition or OCR, natural language processing, NLP, and also computer vision. So here, intelligent automation, for example, can collect data or automate data entry, then the data collected can be further processed using machine learning algorithms. So how IA, intelligent automation here, can be applied in the digital economy? So it can be applied to increase compliance, for example, for know your customer or anti-money laundering or KYCML. So as we are aware that banks or financial institution handle several processes and checks for KYC and ML. So in this KYC and ML have been increasing and getting increasingly complex over the years. So here RPA can retrieve customer and counterparty data from internal systems, external sites, and also internet search results based on prescribed procedures that can be coded later on. Okay, so once the data is retrieved, then the RPA bot can be programmed to identify the potential risks. So the data is trained, okay, then modeled using machine learning model. Then later, the result can help decision makers to identify the potential risk and also the risk level, okay, of the customers. And then the next one, IA can be applied to accounts reconciliation. So IA here can utilize like OCR, as I mentioned before, NLP, to extract data from bank transaction records and then classify the transactions items and apply business logic and then match them against the general ledger entries in the financial statements. Intelligent automation here can easily extract relevant key fields from the contractual documents, financial statements, and also it can generate a consolidated data sets as well. Then the extracted data can be further analyzed and could be directly linked to data visualization software. So that's what RPA or what intelligent automation can do for document extraction. And also, intelligent automation can help companies to comply with standardized reporting template. So relevant information is extracted, okay, then transferred to the standard report, for example, for taxation purposes. Then the tax authority can also use intelligent automation to extract any relevant information and model the data using machine learning algorithms. So overall, I would say that the purpose of intelligent automation is to make business processes more efficient, increase compliance, improve customer and employee experience, and also boost productivity. And also, it can generate times and cost savings, significantly reducing human intervention in the process cycle. And then it allows employees to have more time to focus on creative improvements, strategy, making decision, etc., so on and so forth, other than working in mundane tasks and then boring jobs. Okay, so another objective is also the reduction of errors in the processes. Okay, now we are moving into the blockchain technology. So this technology can also refer to as distributed ledger technology. So the technology that underlies blockchain is actually not new. So blockchain itself is a combination of database technology, the internet and computer networks, and cryptography. So the collaboration between this technology allows blockchain to increase data trustworthiness. All right. So blockchain here originates from distributed authentication with the support of advanced cryptographic proof. So blockchain can be permission and permissionless. So here, blockchain maintains its data in blocks and continuously adds new sequential of data, okay, which are simultaneously distributed and synchronized among the participants node in particular networks. So blockchain here provides multiple ways to maintain data consistency and integrity, reduce counterparty risks, and also expedite the settlement, and also increase transparency. Then I want to talk about how blockchain can be implemented in the digital economy. So first, blockchain can be used to speed up the settlement process of international remittance. Okay, as we are aware, international money transfers between banks generally took more than 1 day and were quite expensive. Okay, so what makes money remittance to be relatively slow and costly between banks is because of the settlement processes and many institutions involved in the clearing process, right? So actually by using blockchain, overseas fund transfer can be faster and cheaper. Okay, so here, for example, Ripple is a blockchain platform that is used for international remittance. So simply put that Ripple work system here adopts the real-time gross settlement or RTGS model that we are aware, okay? We are using it. So the complex and intricate model of international remittance involving local banks, correspondence banks, and also recipient banks could be trimmed by using blockchain here. So as we are aware that physical money transactions have decreased over time, right? What is increasing is the digital transactions recorded in the bank ledger. Okay, so however, this ledger verification and validation are not easy tasks if many institutions are involved in the process. So here, Ripple manage these transactions using blockchain technology that allows any institution in the Ripple network to quickly settle and also clearing to quickly settle the clearing mechanisms. All right. Also, Ripple has digital money that they call it XRP, so which can be used to as a central currency for international currency exchange. Next, the use of blockchain for KYC and AML, as I mentioned before about this. So this is most important compliance aspect in financial industry. So if KYC or AML is not implemented, there will be high financial risks, including bad credit, terrorist financing, and also money laundering. So KYC AML here also makes the financial industry have to pay a lot of money. So blockchain here can ease the process of KYC and AML. So the blockchain application here, however, requires strict regulation and agreement regarding what data can be accessed together if implemented to KYC and AML. So here, blockchain permission model can be applied to KYC AML. For example, Indonesia, the state-owned bank or BUMN bank network could form a joint blockchain platform for KYC AML. Then the data used to identify customers, both individuals and corporations, is stored on the blockchain. Then every bank in the blockchain network can then access and verify customer data. So therefore, the KYC or AML process becomes more efficient. Then how does the blockchain application in inventory management? So this has to do with accounting and auditing. So now in Indonesia, we are now developing national logistics systems using blockchain-based ecosystems. So the platform is based on Threadland's IBM blockchain. So it's now managed under Ministry of Economics. The next example of blockchain application in accounting is triple entry accounting. So in accounting, we are very familiar with the concept of double entry, which is recording transaction in debit and credit. Then there is a concept about the triple entry accounting. Okay, the triple entry accounting that I'm talking about here is different from those initiated by UG Ijiri. So here, the triple entry accounting refers to the concept explained by Ian Greek. Okay, so the concept here states that accounting records should not only be recorded by companies that conduct the transactions, but there should also be third party who records the transactions as the additional records for verifications. Okay, so the third party that Ian Greek was referring here is blockchain. Okay, the blockchain can act as shared ledger, okay, a ledger that can be accessed jointly by parties in accounting transactions. This triple entry accounting must be implemented using a permission ledger mechanisms. Only parties involved in transaction that can access the ledger, and only authorized parties have the right to view the transactions. For example, there is a platform that called ZK Ledger. So it allows transaction to be hidden via encryption mechanism. Only authorized parties can access the data. For example, an auditor. So here, auditors can validate the data because they have the authority to access the data. So the triple entry in blockchain here is still at the experimental stage, but can potentially impact how accounting records should be recorded. Okay, so what is the impact of this triple entry in accounting? So first, data becomes more reliable, cannot be manipulated because it can be verified through records on the blockchain. And also audits can also be done in real time because there are records on the blockchain that can be used for data verifications. Next is digital currency. Okay, it's gaining momentums as well nowadays. So some of these digital currency are representation of fiat money, and some others are cryptocurrency. Okay, so some of these digital currency are decentralized without any government intervention, but some others are issued by government, like the ones that now is being issued by Venezuela using Petro, Marshall Islands, and also Senegal. Okay, so the emergence of digital assets due to the implementation of blockchain here create challenge to accountants and auditors. For example, how the digital assets should be treated in accounting and disclosed in financial statements. So until now, as far as I'm concerned, there are no accounting standards regarding the treatments and also the disclosure of crypto assets or digital assets. And also the accountant and auditors must be able to resolve some of the problems. For example, whether digital assets or crypto is a cash equivalent, non-cash financial assets, property investment, intangible assets, or inventory. So it still create opportunity for accountants and auditors to solve these problems. Okay, so now let's talk about the work of accountants and auditors in the digital economy. So as I mentioned before, there are multiple benefits that organizations may realize from intelligent automation and blockchain. Both of these technologies are gaining momentum. When we talk about reimagining work in the age of automation, we need to consider the three things here: people, process, and technology. People are strong in reasoning, understanding, fluid thinking, but they have limitations. They can be biases and inconsistencies. All right. Technology is excellent at storing information, identifying pattern, and number crunching. But technology has limitation too. They cannot do reasoning. Technology doesn't actually understand things. They are doing because of the data that's supplied to them. Okay, they only follow the things which are rules based. Unfortunately, that technology can also be biased as well based on the data provided to them. So we can see the story in US, in Europe, some of the technology become biased because of the data supplied to the technology, actually representing bias as well. Okay, we call it digital discriminations. So here, the process can mitigate human and technology limitations like transparency, regulatory control, and also privacy. Because both human and technology have limitations, so intelligent automation and blockchain wouldn't necessarily take over the jobs of accountants and auditors. However, what would be impacted is the role of accountants, which is defined by the process. Okay? So accountant's job would be repurposed here, where some of the roles are more focused on exception handling rather than routine processing of transactions. All right. So intelligent automations remains lacking in its capability to handle judgment and decision making. For example, when a bot performs a process, there's going to be areas that process needs some subjectivity, validation, or judgments. So here, a counting person would be responsible for performing an action based on the results coming from a bot and then passing that back off to the automated process, right? So there's still that element of needing that knowledge and skill set that companies have with their accountants to some extent. So I would say that there would never be a full 100% of automated processes. All right. So in the future, we might see that some traditional roles like financial planning and analysis, financial
Ari,
controller. Okay.
you have 2 minutes more.
Okay. Okay. I can go through fastly. Okay,
Yeah.
so accounts payable clerk will be less and less
Yeah.
conducted by human because of the portion of their works. So it's largely repetitive and routines, right? So in the future, there would likely be emerging roles like digital enabler, business navigator, process and control expert, and storyteller. So these roles will help in the industry to help them to enable automation and analytics to guide the process and keep themselves in the control loop of automations. Okay, so these are the future promising areas, okay, for audit and assurance. So accountants and auditors have to understand blockchain, audit analytics, and intelligence automations. All right. And then corporate reporting and financial management, data analytics and digital currency is gaining traction and momentum. So accountants need to understand this as well. Strategic planning, okay? So it's about the ability to conduct risk analytics and adapt to the technological advancement. So this is critical for accountants and auditors. And also taxation, okay? So digital technology makes tax advice, compliance, reporting, planning, and also risk management even more complex than they are already, right? So accountants need to understand how to solve the problems in taxation. Okay, so now what are the future skills needed for accountants and auditors? So the first one is domain technical skills. So what is this? So accountants and auditors have to understand the underlying logic of how accounting transactions are recorded and how the transaction should be disclosed. Okay, then digital and cross-disciplinary skills, which is the accountants here needs to understand analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity. And then collaborative skills, okay? Are the essential skills that defines us as a human, right? So we as human is a social creature. So when undertaking audit engagement, for example, so auditor must work with others internally. They have to understand how to communicate clearly their ideas. Then professional judgment. And then ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn, all right? So I'm sure that few years from now, what we know will be outdated. So we don't need to stick to what we have learned. Okay, we need to learn. We have to learn new things, unlearn the old things to earn more. Okay. So then the last one is adaptability and business acumen. So accountants and auditors must be flexible and adaptive to the further change in the future. Okay, so they must have good understanding of particular business operations within the organization and the industry competitive environment. Okay, so they have to understand the business issues and also complexity and how to deal with them. Okay, I think that's all what I can deliver. It's a bit rushing because of the time constraint.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Pak Arif, for your
Yeah.
presentation. Very technical, but we have time constraints, so we make short thing. And maybe for the next session, we have maybe we have 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes to have question and answer for all participants, from especially for accountant students. If we have question or something to ask for Mr. Arif, silahkan. Buat adik-adik di akuntansi mungkin bisa menanyakan terkait dengan akuntansi yang sangat sudah digital kepada Pak Arif. Dipersilahkan.
Ya, silakan.
Jarang-jarang loh Pak Arif ya ada di sini.
Ya.
Pak ada? Ada yang mau komen atau pertanyaan untuk Pak Arif?
Seperti yang Pak Kodrat bilang, berkah pembicara di sesi-sesi akhir ini biasanya sudah lelah.
Iya, Pak.
sudah kehabisan energi. Apalagi topik saya agak-agak teknis.
Iya, teknis sekali.
Oh ya, satu komen aja, one comment.
Iya.
Pak silakan Pak Martin.
Supaya bisa nggak ngantuk gitu.
Iya.
Pak.
Iya.
Terima kasih Pak Perdana.
Yeah.
No, just very simple one. In Australia, usually at the end of financial year, every business and also individual that has a small business, they have to lodge their tax returns. Yeah,
Yeah, Pak.
yeah. So I would think that with this situation right now, it has no impact. I mean, actually, it's good because that we have COVID. Everything now has to be online, so
Yeah.
there is no real impact of this COVID. Is that right?
Yeah.
So in a way, I think probably it's actually good.
Ya, tentang
Lodging.
lodging tax in Australia, itu dia sekarang menggunakan XBRL.
Oh,
Saya pernah riset ini waktu saya di Australia, tapi ada
yeah.
masalah di sini, Pak. Walaupun pemerintah di sana yang menanganinya itu ASIC. Saya lupa apa
Eh,
kepanjangannya, ASIC.
yeah.
Nah, ASIC itu menyediakan sarana namanya iXBRL dan Standard Business Reporting. Nah, masalahnya ketika perusahaan-perusahaan yang melakukan lodging tax dengan XBRL ini atau Standard Business Reporting, dia tidak ada insentif. Jadi mereka
Right.
pikir sama saja kalau lodge dengan XBRL atau tanpa XBRL sama saja. Akhirnya
Right.
apa dampaknya? XBRL sekarang sudah mulai memudar, tidak terlalu banyak dilakukan, walaupun itu bisa memudahkan digitalisasi dokumen. Tapi mereka bilang kami lodge nggak ada insentifnya. Tidak ada misalkan entah tax relief atau apa atau subsidi dari sisi teknologinya. Mereka juga
Yeah.
harus beli teknologi sendiri. Jadi itu
Yeah.
masalahnya. Ya.
Okay.
Ya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Terima
Thank you.
kasih,
It's very very interesting.
Ya.
Sebenarnya sangat menarik ya presentasinya Pak Arif ini terkait dengan teks, terkait dengan digitali akuntansi dan sebagainya. Cuman mungkin tadi Pak katakan bahwa memang jam-jam ngantuk Pak, jadi mungkin
jam
di awal
ngantuk,
mungkin
ya.
tadinya. Iya.
Jam habis makan sore atau apa gimana?
Iya.
Jam tidur siang.
Ada pertanyaan lagi kah dari para
Ada
peserta?
pertanyaan lagi?
Oke, ini Pak ada dari Tion Pak, silakan. Bagaimana menurut Pak Arif perkembangan XBRL di perusahaan-perusahaan Indonesia, Pak?
Iya, saat ini sudah diimplementasikan. Jadi Bursa Efek Indonesia juga sudah mengimplementasikan bahkan sejak dari tahun 2016. Jadi sudah berkembang. Jadi perusahaan-perusahaan itu bisa melaporkan atau mensubmit laporan keuangannya dengan format XBRL. Nah, ketika laporan keuangan itu dikirim dengan format XBRL, nanti BEI itu bisa dengan mudah untuk menganalisa lebih lanjut laporan keuangan itu atau menyimpannya di repositori untuk kepentingan investor. Ya, jadi XBRL di sini berfungsi sebagai intermediary teknologi yang memungkinkan data bisa diproses lebih lanjut dan mengurangi kesalahan-kesalahan. Sebelumnya itu kan dengan format Excel ataupun PDF. Nah, itu harus di-rekey ulang lagi, ada proses penginputan konversi secara manual. Nah, ini bisa menyebabkan kesalahan kan, kecenderungan salahnya lebih tinggi. Nah, dengan XBRL kecenderungan salahnya jauh lebih rendah, bisa diminimalisir dan juga memudahkan analytics proses. Data analytics-nya bisa lebih mudah. Ya. Ya.
Baik, terima kasih Pak Arif untuk responnya.
Ya, makasih.
Selanjutnya masih ada pertanyaan atau masukan ataupun tanggapan? Oke.
Just maybe ngomong-ngomong, what's the demand for a student in Singapore studying accounting? Are they increasing or decreasing or remain constant?
International students atau local students, Pak?
Both international and local. I just want to know.
Ya, kalau international students untuk NTU sama NUS itu dia kalau untuk undergrad-nya dia patok 20%. Hanya sekitar 20% untuk international students. Tapi untuk program pasca sarjananya itu kira-kira 50 sampai 60%. Dia bisa rekrut international students. Jadi di Singapura itu untuk NTU, NUS, SMU, SUSS, SUTD mereka bisa menarik international students. Tapi untuk kampus saya SIT itu international students yang dibolehkan itu hanya sekitar 5 sampai 10%. Karena SIT itu fokus pada local students. Jadi dia nggak ambil international students. Nah, masalah demand untuk accounting sekarang meningkat terutama digital teknologinya, analytics in accounting, robotic process automation in accounting. Nah, jadi meningkat di situ, Pak. Ya.
Oke. Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Thank you Pak Arif, Pak
Terima kasih.
Mere yang sudah
Makasih, Pak.
sangat aktif
Ya.
di
Nanya nggak?
event ini.
Pak, Bu moderator, boleh nanya nggak?
Pak Kodrat gimana Pak?
Ya.
Ya, Pak Arif.
Ya, Pak Kodrat, silakan Pak.
Produknya yang dipublish itu tetap masih dalam kerangka hukum, publicly open atau tetap confidential? Bagaimana tuh Pak urusannya?
Yang mana tuh Pak? Publikasi yang mana Pak?
Yang lapor keuangan yang di submit, itu kan online.
Iya.
Lalu di audit.
Yap.
Nah, hasil auditnya kan tetap under ini kan, tetap di bawah perlindungan hukum kerahasiaan kan?
Iya, benar, tetap Pak.
Oh.
Jadi kalau di BE itu kan tetap harus ada perlindungan kerahasiaannya. Kalau di Singapura juga seperti demikian. Kemudian di Amerika itu kita bisa mengakses laporan keuangan yang quarterly, tapi itu yang unaudited di SEC Edgar yaitu. Itu kita bisa akses di sana. Ya.
Especially kalau itu terbuka ya.
Iya, benar Pak.
Ya soalnya kami di kantor tuh selalu ya menggunakan court order, kalau enggak ya.
Iya, benar. Harus ada tetap kerahasiaan.
Oke, thank you.
Iya.
Oke, baik. Thank you for Mr. Arif, and we have applause for Pak Arif. And to close the session, we have photo session with Pak Arif and all participants, Natalia, and organize this. Okay.